Welcome to 6-minute stretches. Today we're going to be focusing on the hips. First up is the hip swivel. Keep your feet shoulder width apart and touch your knees off the ground to your left and your right hand side. Always make sure to focus on your breathing when you're stretching. Always remember to exhale as you push the stretch. We're looking to loosen up the hip rotators by slowly just shifting side to side. Make sure to take your time and never force the stretches because you will tear the muscle. Just take it at your own pace, and if you're not happy with it, just come back and try again. Maybe you have stiff hips from driving or sitting around all day. Maybe you work at a desk. These things can be a nightmare for the hips, so it's very important that we do these stretches. Next up is the lunge. Make sure your right knee sticks to the ground on this one. You should feel the stretch up the right side of your groin. Always make sure your back is straight and you're breathing nice and carefully. Focus on your breath. This is the most important thing. It will keep you relaxed. And the more relaxed you are, the easier the stretches will become. So you want to put pressure on the stretch as you exhale. So when you're breathing in, hold the stretch, and then when you're exhaling, then push it that little bit further, but not too much. Always remember that your muscles are like toffee. If you try and stretch them when they're cold, they're going to break. But if you're going to stretch them when they're warm, they'll bend. Now we're going to switch the lunge up to the opposite side. Always remember for this one, just to keep your knee on the ground. You want to posture up and keep your knee on the ground. You want to make sure your left knee is on the ground and you're stretching the left side of the groin. Now this side I actually struggle with, so that's why I have my elbow on my leg. But you realistically want to be upright, as I'm doing now. This is the perfect position. This will loosen up the hip rotators, help you get them high kicks. A good stretch after a workout has a number of benefits, like helping you relax, helping the muscle repair faster, increasing blood flow, and much more. Now we're going to change back to another lunge, but this time we're going to keep the knee off the ground. You want to put your right hand on the ground and lift your right knee up off the ground. So you should feel this in the glutes and in the groin. This is basically just a more advanced version of the last stretch we done. If you're trying to learn how to kick, or maybe you just want freedom in your hips, these stretches are the best. We will be adding more stretches also, but this is day one. Make sure you're breathing nice and slowly. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. You get a lot of people with stiff hips from driving as well. Pushing them pedals can be a nightmare for your hips. Now we're going to change legs. Switch it over. Put the right foot on the floor. Lean forward. Put the left hand. You can use both hands. And raise the left knee off the ground. This will give you a deep stretch. When I started kickboxing back in 2016, I couldn't kick snow off a rope. Thanks to these stretches, I can now kick head height easy. Just focus on your breathing. When you're breathing during your stretches, try and breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it, and then breathe out for 4 seconds. So that's 4 seconds in, 4 second hold, 4 second out, and then start it again. So the last stretch is one of my favourites. This is the butterfly stretch. So you want to grab your 2 feet with both hands. Then you want to push your shins down with your elbows. So if you look at what I'm doing here, you'll see I'm sort of forcing my knees down towards the ground. This is a great stretch. You'll feel this across your whole groin and hips. Very effective, very powerful stretching, as long as you're breathing correctly. Don't be afraid to give a little rock side to side as well to push the knees that bit further. So this is episode 1 of 6 minute stretch. We are going to roll these out at least one a week. If there's any parts of the body you would like to focus on, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you very much.